everyone! It's Crafting with Baby Girl here with our countdown to Christmas 2017, day 3. So, as I've kind of gone over, I have cutouts that I cut out using my Cricut. Today was a stocking. And you can embellish these bags to any degree that you want, but I was embellishing quite a few, and it ended up taking longer than I thought, so I didn't get real intricate. I put the letters on for December and also the number 3 using Oracle 651 vinyl. That's just what I had on hand. And let's see what we have for today. Alright, so day 3. We have, whoops, that guy's a little backwards. Check it out. So today we have Snowman, and they're Snowman bookmarks. They're magnetic bookmarks. They stick together. So it's pretty neat. So that's what we're going to be making today. Again, we have 4. I made these for my children and my nieces and my nephews and my sisters. And if you're wondering what the little Christmas tree is, that's how I marked which family, which bag went with which family, because each family needed a different amount in their bags. So there we go. Let's set that aside. So the first thing we're going to need is some white paper. This was part of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of white cardstock, but it is currently, it's got a little glitter on it. It's just what's left over, so we'll be using that. You're going to need some magnets, strong enough that they can hook together and have a sheet or two worth of paper, so you can put them adhered in the book. Some washi tape. I'm using cloth washi tape today with kind of a blue flower pattern. And preferably a 1-inch hole punch, depending on the size of magnet you're using. On mine today is going to be a small magnet, and my 1-inch Martha Stewart punch is for some reason not cutting very well. So we are going to use a 5/8 inch. This is a Recollections that I just picked up, and we're going to be using that. And the magnets that I use, the kind they are is like, I don't know, I couldn't say the word of what type they are. They're really strong magnets, so a small magnet does quite a bit of work. And today I'm going to try using, they're 1mm. I always use the 1mm thickness, and this one is actually 1mm, no, it's 2mm across, so it's a 1mm by 2mm. It's very small. Typically I use like a 4mm or a 6mm for this project, and that holds solid. And then it's always, I prefer, the 1mm thickness. It makes it a lot easier. I'm going to set those aside. Cut through here. I need to get my cutting blade. The white paper is going to be cut down to 2 inches by 11 inches. Now I didn't mention this yet, but you'll also want your scoreboard, memory keeper scoreboard, or envelope punch. Show you that real fast. Right here. We're going to be doing that. I'll set that right here. Now you want to score this at 5.5, but we're just going to fold it in half. It's a little bit faster. And my scoreboard isn't with me today. That's the one thing about doing crafting and you're not in your craft room. You don't always have your supplies with you. But I've been crafting a lot downstairs, so slowly they're all making it downstairs. Alright. Want a nice crisp look there. Now that we have that folded, we're going to punch. But before I punch that, oh, I forgot to mention, the other thing you're going to want is a tag topper punch. I'm using, this is the Memory Keepers, or I'm sorry, Stampin' Up Oh, is that Stampin' Up too? The envelope punch? No, that one's the envelope punch is the We Are Memory Keepers, and the tag punch I'm using is Stampin' Up, and I'm seeing which it's the angled tag topper punch. I know they have many different kinds. This is just the one that I'm using today. So first, we're gonna go ahead. We scored it in half, and we're gonna open it up, and we're gonna take our washi tape. Now this washi tape I just picked up a little while ago at the dollar store. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't used it before. It'll be it's new for me. But it is a fabric washi, not actually a paper washi, so I thought it would be kind of cool. It's got a back lining on it. And what we're going to do is we want to kind of get this as centered as possible across that score mark. Now you can just put it up to the score mark or however you want to do that. I find that it wasn't giving me enough room to put a face on. So this is the way I've adjusted it so that it works for me. And then we're going to cut that. Like that. And then we're going to put another layer right up along it on either side. Move that out of the way. Then I'm going to trim it so that it's flush, or so that we don't have leftovers of the washi tape. Get off my scissors. Do it on this side. Oops. Okay. So now we have that, and you can see if you fold it in half that it's like that. I think I did a better job on that side. Alright, now we need to pull out our punch board. Hi everyone. Okay, so my camera cut off. I thought I had checked the battery. What we did is we punched our punch board. We took our punch board and we punched. Let's see if we can measure this. We measured this up to 1 3/4, and we punched it. We turned it around and did 1 3/4. Then we flipped it this way and measured it to 1 3/4 and punched, and then we measured it, flipped it over. So all the punches are 1 3/4 from either end. So now we have this look going on. And next we're going to go ahead, and we need 2 of these circles. So we'll just go ahead and punch those real fast while I'm thinking about it. Just out of some scrap paper is fine. I'm going to put those off to the side. And now we're going to take our tag topper. And this is where it gets just a little bit tricky. This fits in like this, but you need to watch it on this side, because you don't want to cut it. If you go all the way up, it will cut it off. And we don't want to cut it all the way off, so we want to pull it back down so that there's a little bit left. On this tag, it's got a little design right here. I wanted to go above the design so it would show in the hat, but also so it doesn't cut the top off all the way. So that's where it's at. Wasn't sure how that fabric was going to cut in this, but it did really good. Set that aside. Oh, it did make a little bit of an ick. Alright, so we'll have to fix that. I know that when I did my ones with the paper, it was fine. This was a new way of looking at it, and I will adjust that. Always good to try new things. And Maybe not necessarily on camera, but you can see how I'm trying new things, and that works. And now where did I stick my itty bitty magnets? They're so tiny, it's easy to lose them. They're there. The washi tape got set on them. Okay, so we need 2 magnets. And you can probably not see those on camera. They are that small. So what I want to do so that I know that they're centered is I'm going to take a small piece of score tape and stick it about where I want it, which I think I'm going to actually stick it in the middle. I put it towards the end of my last ones I made, but I wanted to bring it up a little bit higher this time. Then I'm going to stick the magnet flush down. Now I've got the second one on top of it. Let's see if you can. No, they're so tiny, and in fact I have 3. Just a sec, I'm going off frame. Nope, I have 2. Okay. So we've got that one there. Then we're going to take another piece of score tape, and we're going to set that right on top of that other magnet. Make sure it's pressed down. This way we make sure the magnets are in the same spot when we so when we go to close it. Because the magnets are small, it's a little bit harder to get this off. It didn't stay. Okay, come on. Now I'm just trying. I use my nails a lot, but it does not want to stay. When I use the bigger magnets, it's fine. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. But these smaller magnets, it's having a harder time grabbing it. Okay, so let's see if it does what it's supposed to do here. Then we're going to fold this over, line everything up so that it's where it should be, and then secure it. And then I'm just kind of making sure that they go where they're supposed to go. Okay. So there, now we have a magnet on either side, one over here, one over here. And that's where this comes in. And we've got the score tape holding down the magnet, but to really give it a secure hold, we're going to go ahead. My glue, I use the Ultimate Glue. It's like my favorite glue. I do water it down some. And usually I use a very small bottle tip to use it. But today I'm just doing it out of the regular bottle. Okay, so we're going to cover the magnet with those little circles that we just made. And just kind of press it down until it gets tacky, and then we can fix it here. I had to get the glue off my fingers. Just kind of play with it till it tacks down. I don't push on the magnet, I push on the edges. If you push straight on the magnet, it can really indent the paper, and I'm trying to give it kind of trying to hide that magnet as much as possible. So, see? But because it's got to go through, I mean, this right here is already 2 pieces of paper, and then you're going to stick it in your bookmark. That's why you want to make sure you have one that's strong enough to hold that. Now, the last thing we have to do, we have 2 more things to do. The next thing we're going to do is take out our washi tape again. And we want a piece that's big enough to wrap around the snowman and then also come down as a scarf. So, it's about this long, and I'll tell you how long I cut it here in just a sec. Because this is extra. This was just the paper. So I cut it about, I usually don't measure this, I just kind of guess. I did this about 8.5 to 8 3/4 inch, probably only need about 8 inches, but Then we're going to, in this case, peel off the backing, and we're going to fold it on itself so that it's folded in half. So you can see that I'm just folding it in half. And this is what's going to make our scarf. And you can do these in different color, you know, they don't have to be exactly the same. I used one on one of my snowmen. Let's see. I was playing around, and on this one I did a trim so that this layer is different than the rest, so it kind of looked like it had a brim on it. So just different styles. Be creative. And I don't like the way that folded, so I'm going to cut it off. So it's kind of good I had a little extra. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do this on the inside, or I mean through the inside. We don't want it on both sides because then you couldn't open your bookmark. And so you're going to come over here, and basically you're tying a little knot. You're just tying it on there. And then you're going to tack it down. For me, I used score tape. You could use glue dots. Glue dots would work really well. The score tape worked just fine. And I'm putting it so that there's a little bit left because I'm going to make that look pretty. Or I'm going to angle it. So I put it on the ends of both of the scarf halves. And then I'm also going to put it underneath the knot just to keep it so it stays flush down. Just going to be right there. Alright. So the first thing I want is to decide where this is going to go. And I'm just going to put these at an angle. The other's a kind of like that. And you can make them as long as you want them, however far you want them to go down. And this is where you get creative. I want mine to kind of go there. If you don't want this one going over here, you can just, that's why I haven't done the knot part yet, because I have to decide where I want this second one to go. And I'm going to put it right there. Then I'm going to come up here, take off my score tape, and to make the knot a little, I might have to change this just a little bit. There we go. This one too. Guess I should have done up here. But normally I don't. Normally I'm fine with that. So there we go. Make it lay straight. Got a little time since it's the fabric. And then it closes. And it just kind of gives it a cute little look. Then you take a marker or a pen or that, and you put your face on your snowman. I usually use a marker, but right now I have a pen, so we're just gonna put a ballpoint pen. And I'm sticking with blue, so I've got a blue pen here. We're just gonna do blue, and then just a cute little mouth. And then you can do the buttons down here, so that because it's a snowman. So you just have your 3 little buttons, or however you want to do it. My buttons are going to get covered anyway from my scarf. So there you go. You see they're just a little bit different. They all kind of take on some different character. So I hope you had fun with day 3. Day 4 will be coming up tomorrow. And, oh, we start with some candy tomorrow. Don't want to spoil it too much. But I look forward to seeing you. If you want to know when I subscribe or when I upload tomorrow's video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I believe there's a little bell over there that you can hit, and it'll notify you when the next video is uploaded. And then you can also like the video, leave a comment down in the comment section. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.